Live from Austin, Texas, it's the internet's craziest talk show. Answering for a friend. Now, here's your hosts, Clint Baker and Mia. Mia. Hey, what's up, gang? Welcome to another episode of Answering for a Friend. What's happening, Mia? How you doing, Mia?
Hi, I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, happy Thanksgiving.
I had a Friendsgiving.
A Friendsgiving?
Well, I had Thanksgiving with my family, and then I decided to have a Friendsgiving. I invited you to it. You didn't
I
come.
know. I was out of town. I'm sorry. I'm a
You
bad
said
friend.
you were working.
Maybe I was working. I'm
Which
sorry.
excuse is the correct one?
I was just compulsively lying. That's what it was.
So I'm going to tell you something insane that happened.
Yeah, what do you got? We got 4 people in chat. Guys, if you're in the chat, say hello in the comments section. And anybody listening has got anything to say hello in the comments section or mention your question or comment. We'll throw it up on the screen. Tell me what you experienced. What's going on? Hey, James.
Okay, so hi, that James guy. Let's go. That's what my son always says. Anyway, so I was cleaning my house because I was like, oh, I'm having a bunch of people over on Sunday. I need to clean my house. So my vacuum cleaner wasn't working, and somebody had suggested to me to take the shop vac. Okay. You know what shop vac is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and vacuum out the hoses and stuff of my vacuum cleaner because they were like, well, maybe it's a clog. The shop vac's really powerful, so it'll suck anything out that's a clog, and then your vacuum cleaner will work again. And I was like, okay, cool. So I took the shop vac and I vacuumed out my vacuum cleaner, but I had to take the parts of the vacuum cleaner apart, and I didn't feel like putting it back together in that moment. So I decided, well, the shop vac works fine. I'll just take the hose of the shop vac because I was vacuuming like baseboards and stuff like that.
Right.
Just things to make the house more presentable for people to be here, things you don't do on a regular basis. Anyway, so I'm just vacuuming around my house with the shop vac, and I get to the fireplace because I'm like, I'm totally going to have a fire for Friendsgiving, for the ambiance, right? Even though Sunday was hot and we needed the air conditioning on. Anyway,
Did you forget to cap the back of the
Okay, so yeah, I'm getting there. So first of all, I decided to vacuum out the soot and the old ash out of the fireplace with the shop vac, and I'm facing the fireplace, so I don't see what's happening behind me, which is literally filling my house with soot. Like, and it. So there's no bag. There's a couple of things that went wrong here. Number one, yes, there was no bag on the end of the shop vac. There was also no filter because I had removed the filter because I mainly own the shop vac to maintain my little cowboy pool hot tub in the backyard when I have to drain it to clean it or to seal rusty things or whatever. There's about 2 inches of water that I can't drain that I have to vacuum out. So anyway, my house was covered. I'm not even kidding you. Every single inch of my house was covered. And the main port of it was blowing onto my TV, my Xbox, my DVD player.
Oh,
I know I still own a
no.
DVD player. And so I still haven't cleaned. I mean, I had just finished cleaning my entire house top to bottom when I did this.
Oh no.
And I was exhausted because I also had an exam to take and I had food to prep and I was just like at my wit's end. So I went to get microfiber cloths from Target. I was like, I'm gonna just get a bunch of these microfiber cloths. Got home because I was like, I'll clean as much as I can and then I'll go study. And then I got to this point where I was like, you know what? Screw studying. I ran back out to HEB to get a bottle of wine and I was like, I'm just gonna drink, listen to music, and clean. And I did.
Is this today?
No, this was Saturday night, and I was having people coming at noon on Sunday. Or did I do this on Friday? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyway, once it had all settled in the house, there was not one surface in the entire house that you could not run your finger across. And if I text you the picture, can you put it on the screen or no? Does that
Yeah, I can do that.
I should have texted it to you. I'll text it to you right now. So I'm going to text you a picture of
Fred Willard says, wait, you tried to have a fire and flooded the house? Here's what happened. If you've ever, I did this, Mia, but luckily the back door to the house is right next to the fireplace.
Yeah.
And I had the shop vac outside, and I had the hose come in, and I
If I
started,
had done that, it
and
would
I
have been so much
and I
better.
had it stuck in, and all of a sudden I looked outside, and there was just a giant cloud of ash and soot flying, and I wondered if the neighbors were gonna get pissed. I
So
can't ima
you've done
I
this?
did this like maybe a few months ago, and so
Oh
but
my god!
it
I'm
blew
not
it.
the only
No,
one.
but the shop vac was outside. It wasn't in the living room.
I know, but what if you had had it in the living room?
I'd be on answering for a friend being like, "I feel it too, Mia."
I feel so I'm talking to my parents, like, because I called them, like, almost sobbing, just feeling so defeated, and I was just, like, talking to my dad, and I'm like, "Why do things like this happen to me?" And he's like he was trying to be really supportive, but he was like, "Well, I don't know, honey, but you seem to have more things like this happen to you than the average person." He was
Uh,
just like, "I'll come help you clean tomorrow," and I'm like, "No, I got it," but it just so I cleaned every surface, and then I here it is, here's the picture. So that's my finger swiped through it.
oh,
It
shoot.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
how bad it was, Clint.
For everybody at home, I thought that was wood. I didn't realize that was a DVD player and a game console. I can't
That
even
and I
tell what
swiped
kind.
my Yeah, I swiped my finger through it
Oh my
for
god.
emphasis of how much. So the rest of the house wasn't that bad because that was where the actual end of it was blowing, so it was just all my freaking electronics that got it that bad, but I, like, dry mopped, vacuumed, wet mopped. I mean, there's still soot everywhere in my house. I mean, I've cleaned a million times, but I'm always gonna live in a sooty house, I guess.
Yeah, for
I just felt so stupid. I felt and then I had a friend come over and help me clean, and then, like, he turned his back for 2 seconds, and I literally spilled wine all over the counter, and he turns around and he goes, "I turned my back for 2 seconds. How did you get wine in the pepper shaker?" I was just like, "I don't know what's wrong with me, you guys."
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, that was my story of this last weekend. And then I had a wonderful Friendsgiving, so much fun. It was amazing. But let's read these comments about this.
Guys, if you did for any gamers out there, this is not how you should treat your game console. Just throwing this out there. Don't do that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I lucked out. Mine vac was outside, so that's crazy. It was a great way to empty the fireplace, though. I was like, this is awesome.
Well,
Got
next time I'll do it, I'll stick a hose on the end and feed the hose outside or
yeah.
something, but it was just so stupid.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
Let's check out the comments.
welcome to the show, y'all. There's a
Wait.
fly in here always. There's always a fly when I'm doing the show.
Shower. Let's see. What's going on? Wait, you tried to have a fire and flooded the house? I think we already saw that. How's it
No,
going?
I wasn't trying to have a fire. I was trying to clean out the soot and ash out of the fireplace, and the shop vac flooded the house in a cloud. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. I ran out the back door to not breathe it in. I'm sure my lungs are black at this point. I mean,
Looks
Jesus,
like
it looks like
Scarface's house.
Scarface's house. Yeah, if it was cocaine, it would be a little more. It would be a different type of party, I think. But it wasn't the cocaine.
I'm glad you said it like that. That makes the algorithm not punish Hyder.
I say everything weird,
Cocaine.
so.
Is that a Super NES covered in soot?
It is, and I didn't feel quite it's an original, not one of the remake ones, and so I don't feel quite as bad because it already wasn't working. We did get that cleaned up, but I was more concerned about the Xbox, so
If
that
you
because it has holes all
i-
over the top and the side. The Xbox is like is cheese, basically. So stupid.
if you
Yeah, the
just
SNES was covered,
if
and
you
then
just pull the
easy to fix.
cartridge out and then just like it'll be fine.
Clint, I literally am from the '90s. I know how to blow on my
That's how
Nintendo.
you get soot out. You just
Yeah, but you know what? The
or you play
Nintendo
harmonica.
the one that's hardwired into the Nintendo, that one has not been that cord hasn't been working on the SNES for a while.
My dad used to call it a Nintinja. I don't know why he said Nintinja.
Because your dad's funny.
I think word
Ninten
association between ninja and Nintendo, it was too much for him in the late 80s, early
Nintenja.
90s. Yeah. Uh, all right. Yeah, yeah, that's right,
Blasphemy.
James. Laugh at my props. Well, that sounds like you had an intense
Why
week.
am I the way that I am is what I wonder on a regular freaking
You
basis.
mean awesome? I think you're.
There's a lot of stuff lately because we talked about ADHD before too recently because I'm going through this, like, getting diagnosed thing, and there's sometimes I just go, "Is that an ADHD thing?" To, like, not think to put the that this would happen, or is it just I'm just it's I can't figure it out. I like to blame every dumb little thing I do like that now on ADHD, but
we
I don't think I can blame that one on ADHD.
we didn't take a class in shop vacs and how they work. I had a guy that was like an AC guy that was here fixing the AC, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Dude, you sucked up water and you didn't take out the filter." Uh,
So that's
and
my
he was like,
first lesson
"You
with the
didn't take out
shop
the
vac.
you got to take the filter out." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I know." I was just
That's my first lesson with the shop vac was vacuuming out that 2 inches of water out of the pool in the backyard, and it had the filter in it, and it stopped sucking at a certain point, and I was so frustrated, and then someone was like, "You have to take the filter out." That's why the filter wasn't in it, because the last time I used it was for the pool, and I never put it back, and it's just, I'm not a
I think if you had the
Can you
filter
believe I
in,
used to do woodworking? Can you believe I used to play with power tools unsupervised? Like, what?
what I don't know is
Who allowed
if
this?
you had the filter in, would it blow the soot all over the living room or would it not? That's what I don't know.
I think it still would have come out, but I think it would have caught it because I looked back about 20 seconds, and I think it would have been already a lesser amount. It would have caught some of it. 20 seconds is all you need to fill your house with soot.
Yeah, like we've tested this. Pour one out
Pour
for the
out one for the
consoles.
consoles. I'm
Why do you
so
think I'm laughing?
sorry.
Prop work is golden. Golden like
Props to your
golden eye?
props.
Props to my props. He likes my props. Cops,
Oh,
come and
you
try to snatch
guys.
my crops. All right, here we go.
Hey, have we looked somebody, will you go so this is streaming on my Twitch, you're sure?
we'll go check it out.
I can check it out through via my app, but it's my account. So why doesn't someone else go look on my
Yeah,
Twitch? I'm so
somebody
curious.
out there who's in front of a computer. I'm venturing to say it's most of you. Check out Mia's Twitch. You have
I'm gonna start doing more stuff on Twitch, and I'm curious what you guys would like to see me do on Twitch. Please don't make crude comments. Give me serious answers
yeah, no
to
hot
what you'd
tub
like.
videos. Let's see. What is the
Okay,
name?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm live on Twitch
Sweet.
with 0
What is
viewers.
the
Okay,
name?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm live on Twitch.
Yeah, there we go. You gotta mute that.
Cool.
All right. Sweet. And it's I man, I would have prepped your name on here.
I know, I know. It's the same name I
Son
use
of
for
a
every
gun.
it's I'm actually going to probably
Do
create
oh,
an inst
do you want that? Because the last time you had a weirdo.
Oh, that was in Fortnite, and I don't really care because I can just block whoever's, like,
So
strange
is
or
it the
stuff.
same name?
Yeah, it's Isla Obscura. That's also my stage name, but for Twitch, for some reason, it wouldn't let me do the capitals, so it's all lowercase. I tried to do it capital Isla and capital Obscura,
I've
and it
got you
didn't.
right here. I'm gonna make it.
That James guy, thank you. He says, "What is the Twitch name we will follow?" I really appreciate it. I don't know what I'm gonna do on Twitch yet. I don't know if it's gonna be like just chatting or study videos. I was told Fortnite's way too saturated, so I shouldn't play Fortnite, but I kind of want to.
There
And
we
I
go.
want to get into other games. I want to get into like
Here
I
you go.
don't know stuff. I'm not really a good shooter. I might want to try other stuff. Like I don't know. I need guidance.
There we go. I
Twitch,
got you
I
set
love
up,
Skira. Thank you. Yeah, you can look at the Twitchy Twitch for that, and we'll see what ends up coming back.
and I'm getting your.
Make sure you follow back. I've been streaming Metal Gear Solids. You know what? That James guy, I will, and then I'll turn on notifications. And even if I don't have time to watch, I'll be a lurker, and I'll give you my view, and I'll just have it playing in the background while I study.
Sweet. There we go.
Play Fortnite, play what you love. I do, but so, like, I have friends that were Twitch streamers, and, like, they're kinda giving me the breakdown on how it all works, and, like, Fortnite's so saturated, if I wanted followers, would I get it? But I also am not quite sure how to stream via the Xbox and have video via the laptop. I'm not a technical person, so I might need some help setting it up.
And I think we got some friends that could help you with that. So we'll definitely get that going.
Yay!
Yeah.
Look at me being a real person on the internet for finally.
Yeah. Uh, let's see here. Oh,
Spooky is wanting to try PUBG. If you do, let us know and she can stream with you. Okay, I've heard a lot about PUBG and I don't know what it is.
yeah. We don't know. I don't know what PUBG is.
I hear this word thrown around. It's very foreign to me. PUBG. What is this PUBG?
Mia, Clint and I can help you with this live stuff. You're damn
Yeah,
right.
you
You're
can.
damn right we can.
Pour,
Hey,
pour,
real quick
pour
before
one
we
out for the consoles. All right, we need to get to our actual
yeah,
show,
before we
right?
get going, guys, like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, all that fun stuff. We got 7 people in the chat now, so we've grown. We've officially gone viral. 7 in the chat, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. This is episode 34 of Answering for a Friend. I can't believe we've hit 34.
How? We're
Holy,
and we
holy
we've been.
smokes!
When did we start? When was our first episode? What month?
About 37 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness
Ma-
gracious.
Probably about 40 weeks ago, I would say. I don't do math good, but let's Mia on Twitch. There we go. Let's move forward. Let's answer some questions. What do you say?
I think that's the point of the show. I could
All
just
right,
talk for hours,
all right.
but I
I'm
think we should
gonna
answer
just
some questions.
be nice. It says
Oh, it's a Galaxy Cup because of the screen.
because of the green screen.
A fortnight
Mm,
ago.
that's right. A fortnight ago. Here we go. This is an interesting one. I busted my coworkers. I clearly wrote this poorly. I busted my coworkers were making fun of my AirPods. They both use Beats. Is there some weird thing that I don't know that makes AirPods uncool? I don't get it. Am I lame? Asking for a friend. This person busted some coworkers making fun of them because they were wearing AirPods. And I love AirPods. I don't think they're lame. And go ahead. What do you think, Mia?
I was just gonna say I'll let you answer this because I can't speak to any of that. I'm not in the tech world. I can't tell you anything. I've never owned an Apple product before. And so AirPods to me just seem like really expensive, tiny things for me to lose. And so I just think that that's not a good plan.
But
I and
here's the
Apple doesn't have headphone jacks in their phones anymore. So I don't know what to do if I owned that.
but they here's the other thing though is Beats are not cheap. Beats are expensive. So
But they're harder to lose because they're actual structured
they're
headphones.
yeah, they're giant headphones. I
And
can
they
tell
stay
you
on. I used to use not AirPods, but earbud things when I would work out, and they would freaking fall out of my ears and go flying, and I hated it. So you need a headphone for working out.
these AirPods are the best thing I've spent money on. Apple product. I was like, I use them all the time, all day, every day. I can stream with them.
Okay.
I listen to
Well,
them all the time. The battery on them is incredible. They last forever. They sound fantastic. And like more than my MacBook, more than my iPhone, more than any other as far as satisfaction of a product, I back AirPods. Look, they're ridiculous. They're the most
well,
amazing product
if
that
you
Apple has put
really
out
have
since they
them,
invented the iPhone.
but if you really have them in your ear, you need to look up like fungus because people are getting fungus in their ears from wearing them all the time.
There's a fungus among us.
Yeah, you should do a
Um,
Google search and really ruin your appetite. Do it right before you eat pizza.
Mia coming in with the medical insight on that one. Um,
I mean,
yeah, but I could tell you as an audio engineer, I mix records. Yeah, giving you some different kind of insight. I can tell you
yeah,
that beats are scooped for and have enhanced bass. They're made for things like hip hop, and they're made to bump. Dr. Dre
right.
wanted these things to really be great for hip hop,
Yeah.
and that's how they're designed. They're not like true audiophiles. They don't listen to beats as like, especially not as reference monitors to listen to if something sounds good or not. And also if you get somebody making fun of you like AirPods
That's
sound.
stupid.
I know that's super dumb. What that tells me is that's something like a style thing, and they're like, yeah, we like beats, and that's part of our style.
And I
And
wanna
and
know the ages of these people, and
It's
also what do their bank accounts look like? Because you're what? Making fun of one person for owning expensive headphones when another person also owns expensive. This sounds like the battle of like the riches when I'm over
it's
here like my Bluetooth headphones are brandless and they have the little black fuzzy part, not these that you gave me, lent me, Clint, but the other ones I use, they're
I
so
gave
bad.
those to you. I don't want that fungus back.
This part that goes around your ear is like crumpling off in my ears, and I'm not a spend money on the next newest coolest thing
Yeah.
expensive person. So I have no opinion on this other than I'm glad that there are people that can afford these things to make rich people even richer.
Well, this guy, if you want the context, this guy like he lost his headphones and then he said, "You know what? They were on sale." And he was like, I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna get these things on sale." He got them on sale and he wore them to work and then he's like, "What?" And he kind of overheard them and he's like, "They're talking about my headphones like these expensive things that I just spent a bunch of money." And then he's like, "But they can't be talking about it like it's they're like, "Oh, how you liking your AirPods?" Somebody was even
Yeah.
giving him a hard time about it, like, and he's like, "Well, I don't understand. They're wearing Beats." The other thing too is that Beats are an Apple product as well, but Beats got bought by Apple years ago, so
Oh.
that's an Apple product. If you were like, "Oh, I
It
don't like
sounds
it,"
like one these like a big age difference. The Apple people are like what's the generation right below me who are barely getting into the workforce?
Xenials
Something like that. And
generation.
that's the AirPod people, and then this Beats guy is like he's like a my age guy just walking around doing his thing.
You talking to like a Generation Y? Are you fucking talking shit about my AirPods? Generation Y? Are you doing that? That's I
Is
like.
that what we're gonna call that
That's what I
generation?
call those. If you're talking shit about AirPods,
Generation
you
Y.
suck. I'm just saying. AirPods are great. Somebody should get an
Dan
award.
Dan Plum here in the comments says happened to me. What happened to you?
Dan, did you have AirPods and somebody talk smack? Are they not are AirPods not on fleek? If you're
Or
wearing
wait, did you have ear fungus?
Oh no, which one is it?
Dan, did you
Dan,
have
please
ear
respond.
fungus?
Please respond. Is this ear fungus or were you getting messed with for
Dan,
having
he also says skull candy for life, and I'm like, "You had fungus in your ear? I
what?
need to know this entire story.
Fungus
I'm
ear.
so
Oh man.
obsessed with this. I need to know. So type your story, I will read it.
Hold on, I can get him in the show. Um,
Dan, if you wanted to be on the
Dan,
show, we
you want
can
me to
get
send you a link and you can tell your ear fungus story, or are you ashamed and this is a private matter?
It's definitely the ear fungus as well as his other fungus issues.
Oh,
We have really fun,
this is a
chat.
fun interaction today.
The chat has been my most favorite part of the show always. It's always so much fun. And we have 8 viewers now, so if you're
Awesome.
watching and that James guy, thank you. You said you blasted the show on Twitter, so I appreciate
Yeah,
that
thanks,
very much.
James.
Yeah. Send me the link and I'll send it to him.
Let's see.
I'm just gonna start calling James our producer. Just kidding. Clint does all the work.
Yes, okay, I'm gonna get on
I
here.
don't even know what I am. What even
What are
am
you?
I?
You're awesome. That's what you are. How about that? Let's see
Oh,
here.
thank you.
Let's see here.
You're looking above your
I
head.
have a giant screen up here now.
Oh, I haven't seen your workspace in quite a while.
It's
Since my son recorded fake commercials in your
oh,
studio.
that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Bleep, 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 bleep. Fine, send it, he says. Dan says. So we're gonna get you on the show. We want to hear about your ear fungus. Darren says the Bose sports are great. I can hear the music over the thunder of my Harley. Wow, I like it. I like that you were like, Bose headphones are great. Weird flex. I also have a Harley. Just kidding. That's a cool flex.
Where's all my people at?
Clint's doing technical things. Clint is doing technical things. Clint is doing technical
All right, James,
things.
I'm gonna send this to you to send to him because I got weird stuff happening here.
How is sending it to James gonna get it to
James is quick and he's just naturally like a producer, so he's used to working behind the scenes, being fast,
Mm.
and he and I chat all the time. So he's like up on the top of my my chats. Even though Dan and I work together on small screen, I might have to scroll down a little bit, but trust me, it's faster. That James guy, because I'm having to be an on-air personality with you, Mia. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real fast
I'm
while they send things around. Again, somebody should get an award for AirPods. Just saying. This is a money thing, and you brought up a thing that I wanted to address because I thought about this when I first saw this question, and man, I had a guy. That James guy is joining.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell is he? Here he is.
I like lobby. I like that we have like a little lobby.
Hi! Hey, we got James in the house. Do we got another one? Oh, we got Dan here. There it is. There we go.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, where's Dan? Here he is.
Send a link to my mom. Just kidding.
We got James and Dan. What's happening, man? How you doing?
Just kicking around.
Nice.
Watching some friends.
So we got is this a real deal? We had an ear fungus issue from wearing AirPods.
I have to know this ear fungus.
Not AirPods specifically. They were like a no-name brand. I think they were actually Skull Candy, like wireless headphones.
Bye, James.
Bye, James. He's like, yeah, I got it set up for you, and I don't want to be on the show specifically.
Yeah. Here he comes. That was funny. Wait. There we go. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, what's happening, man? So
too many devices for audio got conflicted. Hello, Clint. Hello, Mia. Hello, Plum.
Hi.
Hello. Awesome, man. Okay. So tell me, like, I've said that this is one of the greatest inventions ever, and you hit me back, and you said it's a different brand, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna say, hey, are AirPods, are they antifungal pods?
No, they're not antifungal.
No, probably not.
Well, I just don't know what to say about that. Well,
so, give us your story. I want to hear this, because I work in medical, so I'm very curious about things like this, and I didn't know how common it was, but the 1 of 9 people in our chat had it happen to them, so I'm 1 in 9 at least, right?
Right. Well, okay, so basically what happened was I was using them every single day and working outside for 12 hours at a time, and I guess they would get sweaty, and I didn't exactly keep them the cleanest, I suppose, so it was kind of my fault, but still, if you don't clean them regularly, it's gonna happen.
So what happened? So did you go to the doctor?
And it was like
hey.
No, I didn't really go to the doctor. I kind of just like scooped some polysporin in there.
Yeah.
And just left it overnight, and then refused to wear them like for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
This is incredible.
That's basically it. I know. I'm such a storyteller.
Did you spray some antifungal in your ear?
No. I just did the polysporin just one night. It sort of cleared everything up, at least enough for it to stop itching.
Well, so I just want to say something, and not to like knock the polysporin thing, but polysporin is an antibiotic, which works on bacteria, and fungus is a fungus, not a bacteria. Yeah. So if it did clear it up, that's good. Maybe it was like encapsulated it and it came out on its own. Did you have a hearing issue? Like, what made you realize?
No, it was just really itchy, and it was just really itchy inside my ears, and it could have been just a buildup of bacteria. I'm just saying fungus ear because it just felt horrible.
It just felt horrible. We lost some viewers over this story.
Yeah, they're like, "What is happening?"
I'm okay with that.
Lost 2 viewers.
This is really interesting to me. This is so interesting to me. Well, I'm glad that it cleared up for you, and you got to clean them out regularly for real. I can't. Yeah, my son is almost 10, and
I can't stress enough. If you put it inside your head, you might want to keep it clean, right?
Anything that goes inside anything needs to be cleaned on a regular basis.
Yes.
That's words to live
I
by.
also agree with this statement.
Now, what do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
think? What do you guys think? Like about this as a fashion money thing. This reminds me of like I talked to a kid the other day. A kid, he's around 20, but
That's a kid.
to me that's a kid. I'm an old dude, but I was like, we were talking about expensive clothes and things, and he was like, the most money I've ever spent is I spent $500 on shoes one time, and I was like, what kind of shoes were they? And I already knew, and he was like, Jordans, and I go, did he wear them? And he was like, "No." And I go, "Why did you spend $500 on Jordans? Am I just crazy and old? Like I don't get it." And it's
Well, I feel the
Collector's items
same
now.
way. I don't spend a lot of money on stuff, but I want a pair of Louboutins with the red bottom heel, like the red sole. But it's like the second you wear them out, that red is gonna get scratched up, and I just feel like, what's the point of having a $500 to $1,000 iconic shoe if it's just gonna get messed up like the first time you wear it? It
how
freaks
much
me
is
out.
one of those shoes?
How much is a pair of Louboutins? You could get it depends. Like probably the lower end's 500 and then on up. Yeah.
Later,
So
James.
I
James
wear
just,
I wear
like,
a
out.
5. I wear a 5.5. If
Yeah.
it has a strap, I can wear a 6. So just saying, if you guys want to send me a pair of Louboutins,
Send me your shoes.
5.5 to 6. I have
Awesome.
tiny feet. Maybe I'll just show my feet on Twitch. Just kidding.
Ugh,
Oh boy.
that'll go well.
You get
Speaking
500
of-
more subs.
Yeah.
Speaking of fungus, just kidding.
Is my mom watching?
I don't
We need to
know.
change the subject.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Speaking of fungus,
Gotta
what
not think
Clint?
about these things.
Well, let's see how the chat's doing. This is
The chat has no idea what the show format
"What?"
is, including me.
Hey, they're custom shaped to my foot. Phil has $1,000 boots. They're custom shaped.
Boots. I will say, spending money on boots is good.
Yeah, especially if you're like if it's like a Green Lantern costume or something, and they're like especially like Green Lantern
Yeah.
boots, medieval. You go to like
No,
Ren Fair or something. I almost said Ren Fest, but like
you put fest and fair into the same word.
Fair Fest, and get boots custom made by a cobbler. Excuse me, cobbler,
Cobbler.
make me boots.
There's
1,000
still
shillings.
people that do that.
Yeah,
not
I know.
for
They're called
shilling.
cobblers.
Yeah.
I know, but you say it like it's a joke, but it's still a thing.
No, I know. They're called cobblers. Yes, sir. Well, here's a.
I thought that one show that we had where my friends were in my backyard partying, waiting for me to be off of stream, was the weirdest show, but I think we just topped it with this one.
They're getting. Here's one, and I think this will be a fun one to do with these guys on. So we're gonna skip a couple of that I got on here. Here, check this out.
Okay.
Because these guys are.
Yeah, we'll bolt after this question.
Yeah, and y'all are tech savvy, so you probably have some fun things to say. And also, Phil says his favorite cobblers are peach. We're just gonna throw that.
He says peach and apple, but Phil, you're anti-vegetable, but you'll eat fruit?
Yeah, he also likes chutney. But anyway, hold on.
And no condiments? Is that you, Phil? You're
That's
the guy
Phil.
who hates condiments?
Yeah, he
Plain and dry, like my 10-year-old.
raw dogs
on
it.
his
No
hamburgers.
condiments. Let's see here. We got.
God, so the next time I go and order a
No.
hamburger for my 10-year-old, Clint, thank you for that. That's going to be popping in my head.
Sorry, dude. Here we go. My neighbor
call me
wants to
dude.
pay me $10,000 to keep a laptop in my house and use my IP address for a year. Should I do it? Does that sound?
that sound-
What?
Whoa, where'd they go? Oh, they're
That
back here.
sounds like a trap.
Yeah, that sounds
That definitely
super.
sounds like a trap.
That sounds super sketchy.
I don't understand the question. Please, will you repeat it?
Yes, I have the context up here. I'm gonna read the whole. A week ago, my neighbors asked me if I have a passport, if I have a valid driver's license, and if I'm a U.S. citizen or not. When I answered yes to all these questions, they offered me $10,000 in cash to keep a laptop in my house hooked up to my Wi-Fi for a year and a year and a half. Oh no, for a year, half now, half at the end. They'll pay me $5,000 up front, $5,000 at the end. They also offered me money to recruit people to do this. This sounds incredibly shady to me, but my husband really wants to do it because we're short on cash this Christmas and can't really afford the presents we want for our kids. Blah 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 blah. Has anyone ever heard of anything like this?
What would they be doing with?
We're just a little
What
short
are
on
they-
Christmas. We're not destitute. I
Yeah.
know it sounds shady, but they have a legitimate warehouse full of electronics that they buy, refurbish, and resell. They've been here for about 4 years and have a family. I figured the worst thing they could do is either record us or try to steal our identity, which I thought could be avoided. I just bought a separate hotspot only for them, but blah 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 blah. They're Chinese, so my husband thought they might. Let me pre-read this so I don't say anything offensive on YouTube.
Okay, I can answer it.
They might want to use this for their friends at home because they have limited internet access. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. Anybody have any advice or what the hell's going on? James, you go first, man. What do you got for that?
First of all, I was going to ask how bad you need the money, but they already answered that. Secondly, I think it's a cryptocurrency mining operation because you can't mine cryptocurrency using farms and servers that much anymore. There's regulations, there's EPA regulations for pollution and carbon footprint, and that's why they monitor how many machines are connected to an IP address. And so basically, they're just going to stick the laptop in the house, use the IP address to get around the restrictions, and it's just going to sit there and keep mining Bitcoin for a year and a half. And that's how
But
they
is it
make money and
illegal?
they're able to afford. It's kind of the gray area of getting around the farm, and that's why they want to recruit people. It's kind of like in Canada before weed was legalized, or actually after, I can't remember. But you were able to have 2 pot plants in your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was
to
right
grow
before and
for
still now.
personal. Yeah, personal. But like if you had a group of 20 friends and then none of them smoked, you just pay them to grow 2 plants, and you come in and check on it once in a while. That's a kind of like a gray area of of growing. So the same thing with Bitcoin, because like in China and in other countries where the reason why all the graphic cards of the last year and a half, there's been a shortage of it, is because they've been all buying it up and bunching them together and getting a bunch of CPUs and servers and mining Bitcoin. But they've put a stop and restrictions on that now. So that's exactly what this sounds like.
Damn, that's
So
crazy.
I don't
really
think they would get in
interesting.
trouble.
Yeah.
I don't think they would get in trouble if they did it.
A couple of things though that I think is like, I don't know, man. Would you do it, Clint?
Hell no. I was like, dude, those people could be doing anything. They could be first of all, they own a computer buy, sell, refurbish thing, so they're savvy. They could be some kind of weird hackers that could be doing something that's shady,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
it
that's
goes
the
through
worst case scenario.
Yeah, it goes through your IP address. They could
Yeah.
also be some weird kind of spy or terrorist thing, and like, I mean, think about it. If you don't want something associated, who knows? And then also
I would do it.
they could be uploading or maintaining child porn sites and don't want it associated through themselves, and then they're like, I don't know anything about that. You know what I mean?
But Clint, but under the guise of like knowing that it's crypto related, would you do it if you knew that's what it was?
No, I
You're
wouldn't.
like coming. Really? I would do
No.
it. I would so do it. It's a weird gray area. I like gray areas.
I
You
like
know what
I
mean?
like gray shirts, but I'm not gonna do that.
Also,
Like,
James, you have a really awesome voice, and then also say the word house again.
About the house.
See, I freaking knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I could just hear it. I knew it. It's okay. Okay, we still like you. We still accept you.
that is a sweet microphone there, James. You sounding good, dude.
It's not too bad, eh?
It's not it's not a condenser, guys.
Ooh,
It's
we threw
it's a
an A
marked
in there.
improvement.
It's a dynamic.
And it has RGB, so extra frame rate.
It has
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg in it.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely.
exactly. God rest her soul.
Where are you right now? Our two impromptu guests. Where are you located?
Canada.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Eh?
got that, but like, where in Canada are you?
The
Plum's
cold
in
place.
Toronto. Yeah, Plum's in Toronto, around the area where I came from, and I'm in Texas of Canada right now. I'm in Alberta.
Texas of Canada. Oof.
It basically is.
I'm in
Yeah.
Texas of Texas. You know what I mean?
I know. Hmm. Yeah,
It's such-
spooky.
Can you just call and read me a book? Like, you're gonna put me to sleep. You're the best voice I've ever heard. I just want you to like read me bedtime story. You should get on that Calm app where like celebrities are reading. Like, hi, this is Killian Murphy, and I'm gonna read you to sleep. And then they do though.
When I used to do telecommunications, call people for government surveys, people would always think they would always say it was David Duchovny for some reason. I think that was my speaking voice.
That's
The
kinda-
truth is
I can
out
see
there.
that. I can see
One
that.
Hi,
fish,
David
two
Duchovny.
fish, three fish, blue fish.
Yes, I'm into this. Well, I'm gonna fall asleep
Well,
on this show.
I've got another great
Yeah,
question.
Okay.
Shoot.
My brother keeps masturbating loudly in the room next door. I'm a girl. This is an uncomfortable, gross subject to bring up. I keep playing music, but I don't want to sleep through my alarm. How should I let him know? Asking for a friend. What an uncomfortable conversation to have with your
All right.
teenage brother. How is this
All right,
girl
Plum.
supposed to do this? Plum, what do you got?
Plum. We're
This
out of
is
here.
brother,
Let's go.
not bro, as in my friend
Just
in
wear
a roommate
headphones.
situation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but clean them
Wear
regularly.
headphones.
But you got to clean them
Yeah,
regularly.
of course. Of course, clean them regularly, but you know,
Right.
you should. It's natural, so whatever. Just put on headphones and try your best to ignore it.
No, he needs to be more aware of what's going on. There's other people in his house.
Well,
Just
you know.
just masturbate in the shower and then pray to God and apologize like the rest of us when we were teenagers.
Oh,
I would,
okay.
if I were her, I would just bring it. I would just say, "Hey, I could hear. Are you working out in there or something? I could hear you breathing heavily. What were you doing? Were you doing something gross?" And I guarantee you, if he has any idea that she might know what he was doing, he will turn into a ninja. He will never
But-
get busted again. The humiliation
This is
of
the
knowing
thing
your
about siblings, though. So there's like studies on this because my son's an only child, and it's very apparent. So there's studies on like when you're an only child, how you grow up very differently than if you have siblings, because your siblings are the ones that are going to tell you like, "Hey, that shirt looks ugly, you idiot," or like, "Your breath smells." Go, you know what I mean? Like your sibling will totally call you out on your crap. There's no sugarcoating this. I'd be like, "Hey, if you're going to touch your dick, do it somewhere else." Like, come on. Like,
I don't know. I
our
grew up
walls
with a
are
brother.
thin.
Yep, Dan, what do you got?
I grew up with a brother, and basically, I don't know. We just both got noise canceling headphones one year for Christmas. I guess we both asked at the exact same time. So that was the solution in our home. You just
Why do you have to
Just
be
cancel it out.
loud? Just be quiet.
Ah! Woo! Yeah, like
I don't
hooping.
know.
hooping and
Sometimes
hollering?
Walls are paper thin.
Man.
It seems
Sometimes
like
You can't help it.
I feel like if you got a female sibling though, you'd be like horrified if they knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna deny that one. You know?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'd be like, I would turn into a ninja if I knew that if I had a teenage female sibling that's like, knock it off, you're gross. I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then I'd go pop some zits and then like be quiet after that. Klingon and Kevin Feige.
what is getting played right now? There's
Uh,
a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, there's all kinds of weird stuff.
I can't even pay attention to it. It's so
It's
laggy.
the
looking at
inside
the
of my
screen.
brain.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
the inside of your brain.
We should let you
Pretty
guys
much at all
continue.
times.
with
All
the
right,
show.
yeah, we're gonna get back to questions, dude. Thank you guys for coming
for
on
having us.
and
Thank you for your fungus story.
Yeah,
it's
that-
just really made my day.
we
Thanks.
needed the info. We really needed that. Here's an air horn
Not the
for
first time I've
our
heard weird
special
shit.
guests.
Brap, brap, brap. Thank you guys.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. It's fun. It's so much fun.
Later, Dan.
Adios.
All right, that was fun.
It was fun. It killed our viewer count, unfortunately.
They're like, what is fucking
We were at
happening?
9 and then it went to 4, but that's okay.
Well, here's a quick question.
Okay.
My best friend is having twins. We live several states away. How can I best support her through this time with the distance? Asking for a friend. How can this girl help her friend out from far away?
Oh my gosh. Either set up a meal thing, like it's really easy to do it online, like a website. Set up the website for the meal trains. Everybody signs up for a time slot, so they're not having 10 people show up with meals. Send it out to
Wh-
everybody she knows.
When you say meals, you mean just to make meals so that she doesn't have to cook because she's going to have her hands full? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so basically it'll be like there'll be time slots to sign up, and then all of her friends and family, whoever actually lives close to her, can sign up for a time slot to come bring food. And so they just have meals. They don't have to worry about it. It's the hardest thing in the world to feed yourself, especially when you're a new mom. Or
Twins, too.
maybe hire, yeah, twins, or maybe hire a like nighttime doula for her that can come overnight and help out with stuff like that. I was a doula for years, and I'm also an assistant midwife. Whatever, I have a weird resume, but I only worked with twins once, and it was a family member's twins. And when I was there, I tried my hardest to be helpful. Like I was trying really hard not to just be like, "Oh, cute babies." I was like, "What do you need me to do? I can pay attention to the babies while you nap or shower, or I can go clean or do laundry." If you're going over, I just want to point this out. If you're going over to anybody's house, and I know that this question was saying she lives several states away, meaning she doesn't like have access to just be there. But keep this in mind. If you are visiting anybody with a new baby in their home, you are not there to look at the cute little baby, okay? You are there to help this person out. And so just go in and be like, all right, I have 2 hours. I can watch your baby while you nap or shower, or you can watch your baby and I can do your dishes and your laundry, or I can go grocery shop. What do you need me to do? I'm here to help out. You can look at the baby. Babies are fine. Take 5 minutes to look at the baby and then you're done. Go do something for them. They need you to help them out. That's like the biggest thing. I had a lot of help with family, but I didn't have that kind of help. It was different. So that's my advice.
Otherwise, they're like taking care of their baby and entertaining somebody who's at their house at the same time. And like, that's like
I
no
had
help.
somebody show up when my son was like 11 days old. She showed up with her two, like one was a toddler and one was like 7 boys. And they came in and like destroyed my house in about 20 minutes. And I was just like, when are you leaving? Like, why are you freaking here?
Wow.
Don't come visit me with your little children. It was just really bad. It was hard for me. But yeah, if you're not helping out somebody with a new baby, then it's pointless for you to be there.
Well,
Just go do something else.
I had no advice for that, but next time I'll go. I'm a dishwashing machine, dude. I'll go in and help with some dishes or mow the yard or do something because that's a
Because when you think about it, it's cute to see the baby, but they're not doing anything. They're like you know what I mean?
yeah.
You'll commit the pictures you see of them to memory on Instagram more than you're gonna commit that few seconds you see their little squirmy body in the first. The parents need help. Help the parents out.
Well, that's some excellent advice. I hope everybody heard that. If you got any friends with new babies, go help them. Help them with stuff. Don't just look at their baby. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
What's
Go grocery
wrong with
shopping
you
for them.
people? All right, let's see here.
What is wrong with you?
My friend said that she was sorry, but she just didn't have time to be my therapist and that she was going through her own stuff right now. Am I selfish for feeling hurt? Who is at fault here? Asking for a friend. And this is a condensed version. The longer version said that she was feels like maybe she was every time she would hang out with her friend, she was venting about some stuff she was going through for a while, and so and now all of
Now
a
it's not
sudden,
being reciprocated.
now all of a sudden it's like, oh, and so the fact that she. The fact that she called her her therapist, you know what I mean? That's almost like
Yeah.
to me it's like, dude, after a while, sometimes like listen to me for a little bit or let's just
Yeah.
hang out, but I can't just I just can't. It's taxing to listen to somebody complain all day every day forever, For a little while through
Yeah.
patches, but if it's fucking forever, it's like, dude, go get a therapist. Go ahead. What do you think?
Well, this is kind of what happened. When the friend was complaining to her, she didn't set a boundary. She just sat there and took it. And now that she's trying to go to her friend for everything, her friend did set a boundary and she's like not okay with the fact that her friend set a boundary,
The
which
this
is
the
it's just kind of funny to me. But you can't use all of your friends up for therapy. They're not your therapists.
yeah,
You will use your friends and family up, and they can't. You have to seek this stuff within yourself or with actual paid therapy counseling. You cannot use people for your stuff.
they didn't switch roles. It wasn't a switch role. It was like one person was always the listener and one person
Yeah.
was always the venter. And then one day the listener just said, "Hey, I can't deal with your stuff anymore." She
Right.
finally got
Okay,
tired of
so
being the therapist.
Exactly. Well, then in this case, then that person just set a healthy boundary for herself. And it sounds like the other person doesn't like that. Guess what? You don't have to like boundaries when they're set. You can feel hurt. You're totally valid in feeling hurt. However, no one's in the wrong here. Nobody's at fault. There's not a fault here. Your friend set a healthy boundary for herself and you need to just go, okay, you should respect that boundary. I like want to cross all boundaries and I just don't because I try not to be a jerk, but whatever.
I think if somebody finally cuts you off, like maybe you need to examine yourself and wonder, hey, maybe I was unloading a little too much for too long. It's one thing. That's what your friends are there to be there for you, but that's not all they're there for. It's to be there for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, maybe you need to go see a therapist or somebody that's supposed to listen and a little is one thing, but if you're like shocked, then maybe you're looking at yourself too much and you need to kind of pay attention to your surroundings. I don't know. Read
And
the room.
also it depends on like what are you saying to people? Like I've had friends in the past who had really poor opinions of the people I was dating. And I was like, why though? And then I realized it's because every time I talked to my friend, I was only giving them the like, oh, we had an argument about this. I was never telling them any of the good, wonderful things, which was like 98% of the time. They were just hearing the 2% of bad crap. And they're like, well, screw that guy. You know what I mean? But also, it's like, I don't know. It's just it's hard with friends because you feel like they should be there for you for everything. But I'm at this point in my life where if you have a problem, come to me and tell me about it. And maybe one other time you can bitch about it, but then that's it. You need to already have a solution in the works.
Yeah.
If you cannot continue to complain about something going on 7 million times without finding a solution to it, with some caveats there. Obviously, if you're going through like fucking cancer or something where, I'm sorry I said the bad word. You know what I mean? And you're like
Yeah.
constantly sick and in pain. Yeah, okay, I get that. But I mean like if you have a problem like with, finances or a boyfriend or these normal things that everyone complains about, you got two chances to bitch about it to me. And then you got to really figure out what you're going to do. And I can help you come up with solutions, but I'm not going to sit and listen to it incessantly. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Be like, God, are you still like dealing with this? You need to hit up answering for a friend and quit coming to me about this stuff. You need to hit them up because I'm tired of
therapy.
I didn't bring my raincoat for the cloud that's above you all the time. It does get old listening to people complain about stuff if they're doing it forever. Like if everybody hits rough patches, but yeah, there's people that are there with who are not biased that are there to listen. And the same thing happened to me, what you're talking about, like you'd complain about a significant other, like happened with Dustin, my buddy Dustin, who was in Riddling Kids.
Yeah.
There was a while where he was like, we'd been in the band for so long and we had like a little bit of a butting heads thing going on for a little bit. And he would vent to all of our friends. And I was more of a loner. I think I had a girlfriend at the time. And so I was always hanging out with her. And then I finally got around some of our friends and they're like, Clint, you're a pretty nice dude. And I go, yeah, we've known each other for 10 years. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. No. And then I got around somebody else and they're like, man, you're a pretty nice dude, Clint. And I realized it was because Dustin was venting so much to our friends that they thought I was
my God.
Yeah, they thought I was a creep. And it turned out I wasn't, I mean, I kind of was. It was, apologies to anybody I was friends with in 2002 to 2005.
You know
but
what's
still
crazy though? No, I totally get that.
And we're
it's
still
the same
best friends.
thing,
Like we're still good friends,
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing, like I was saying, like, friends having poor opinions of people I'm seeing but I also that's, like, interesting because I found out as I got older, I had a best friend all throughout, like, being a teenager, and he had a lot of other female friends, and I could never hang out with him with the other female friends, and I was told for years that they just didn't like me, which was just so stupid, and then I've run into 2 of those female friends as an adult, and I was just like, "Oh, it might be weird to see them out because they never really liked me growing up. Why would they like me now?" Just like dumb crap. And then they're just like, "Oh my god, I never disliked you. He would tell me that you disliked me,
Oh, wow.
so to keep us separated. So he would tell me that they didn't like me, and he would tell them that I didn't like them. So he could have his one-on-one time with his friends and never merge these friend groups. Probably because he was afraid we would all get along and like abandon him or some stupid like deep-seated crap. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying it was just so funny to like discover that and kind of a little messed up. But
Yeah,
teenagers
that's
do
messed up.
stupid things. But yeah, you can't always talk crap about people to your friends.
That's weird.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Exact, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
And also,
Which is kind of an interesting definition of insanity, but I do understand.
and he said it's okay. Fuck cancer.
Yeah, that's
Well, here's
I agree with
another
that.
interesting one. How do I get out of going to an office party? I feel like if I tell the truth that I don't want to go, everyone will think I'm rude, asking for a friend. How do you get out of work at
Um,
the work Christmas party?
I freaking love the work Christmas party.
Me too.
Okay. I do not have a job where that's a thing right now. Okay. But when I did, I used to love the service industry Christmas parties. Anytime I was a bartender, anytime, those were the best. And then I worked for a couple of medical practices that had really fun Christmas parties. I don't wanna get out of them. They're so much fun. I can't wait to see who gets way too drunk. There's always some gift in it for me. I love gifts. So just yeah, I'm into it. I don't know why you would wanna get out of something like that. I'm a curious person, and so I would just like to go to just know what goes on. If you go and you're bored after an hour, yeah, go, leave. But why just get out of it? Why
Yeah,
get out of it? Why
I would just have some drinks, show up, have fun, and then if you don't want to, you can always Irish goodbye. That's the move.
Are service industry Christmas parties not the most fun though?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Do you have any Christmas parties coming up that I can be invited to? I miss work Christmas parties. They're
Uh,
so much fun.
I bet there'll be one. I bet you I'll have. I think I'll have one. I'll get back to you on that one.
Please just let me
I
know if
will
anyone
let you
wants to
know.
invite me to their Christmas parties. I will be there. If this is for work,
I will
I
let you
will be
know.
there.
I got another interesting one here. My girlfriend and I have Life 360 to know the other one is safe. She said this is the tracking app. They also have it like
Okay.
family plan and different things that they have. She said she was going to the store one time and it said she went to some random house for 40 minutes. Should I worry, be suspicious, or even bring it up at all? Asking for a friend. So it's one of those tracking apps where you can be like, have your friends or your family on the thing where you can look and see exactly where they are anytime. What do you think about that,
Ew.
Mia? I think that is the
It's
stupidest thing ever. That's a
That's
trap.
so scary. I think that's only should be okay for like to track your children, not your significant other.
Yeah, I have friends that's a thing. Them and the person they're dating are on the thing. They can see where each other are. Hey, did you
Can you
make it
turn it on
home?
and off?
I I don't have that. I
Because if
want
it was
nothing to
something
do with
like
that.
that, I would turn it on like when I hike. I always text people when I hike and I'm like, this is where I am. I'll let you know when I'm done. Um, but like I wouldn't want that on me all the time. And it's like because it is on, she knew it was on wherever she stopped or whatever, it was a glitch or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I just think that that's just
I like. How do you pitch that to somebody? Like, hey, you
I
know,
was spying on you.
Mia, say we're dating, and I'm like, hey, Mia,
Okay, we're dating.
I've got this app. I got this app. Like, we can know where we are at all times. Like, how do you pitch that where it's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea? You mean you can get on and then jump to conclusions and or I have to worry, or you know what I mean? Like, it just seems really weird.
I would say this, if that's something you need in your relationship, that is a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, me too. Like, I mean, it's one thing if
I
you're
don't
like,
need you to know I haven't left my house in 6 days, okay?
it's like if you know that I stop at HEB on the way home from work most of the time, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna check the app real quick and see if Clint's at HEB. Hey, could you pick up some milk? You could just text me and ask me. I don't need to be logged into an app for you to know that. I think that's like
Yeah,
you're setting a
it's too
trap.
much for me. It's a
That-
trap. It's totally a trap, and
It's
this
a
person
trap.
got trapped. Right, this person got trapped by checking it, and then it's the whole thing. I don't like it. These people need to stop doing stuff like this. What is technology coming to?
I don't know. It's getting real weird, and I've talked to multiple people that are like, "Yeah, me and my friend." I hear people all the time, "Yeah," and they're like best friends. They're both on the app. Oh yeah, she's still at Shooters. I might meet her over there. I can tell because we're on the app and we can see where each other are. I'm like, why do you and your BFF want to know where each other are all the time? And
I mean,
just,
if you can turn it on and off, if it was like a night out and you want to make sure your girlfriends are safe and blah blah blah. Like, I understand it from a safety perspective, but to have it on all the time, absolutely not. Like, I can't. No,
I can't even.
I can't. Odd.
Went to Maybe he went to Jared and didn't want to ruin the surprise. I don't
Ruin the
get that.
surprise. They're saying maybe they went to like go ring shopping.
Oh, Jared, the Gallery of Jewelers.
Don't buy your rings for your girls at Jared. Go somewhere else.
Yeah. At
Uh,
Jared. What do we got? Good point, Phil.
I thought it was the girl that was stopped at a house. Did I read that
It
wrong?
it was the girl. She stopped. I'm like, maybe she just pulled over to buy some weed real quick and then got back on the road. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird.
Or maybe she stopped by a friend, like, but to be like, hey, where were you for 40 minutes? I was checking the app and you weren't where you said you were going to be. That's a makeup brush you guys have been playing with this
That's
whole
weird.
show.
And to make it even worse, they have a long distance relationship. That's a nice makeup brush.
We're going to do ASMR.
Oh yeah.
How does that sound? Hi, guys. Welcome to my ASMR channel. I'm going to lightly brush your makeup brush. Thank you for coming to my ASMR channel. Does this sound relaxing? Did we put everyone to sleep? All right, I'm done. I would be a very bad ASMR artist. ASMR artist. Clint, come back to the show. Oh, yeah, stay right there in front of my face.
Right here?
I absolutely love this.
All right. Yeah. There you go, Mia.
I'm gonna. Oop, wrong way.
Help.
What is this? We're just.
What is happening today? This is a weird day.
We're very wacky on the show now. We have no like structure. Well, it's mainly my fault. Did you guys like my ASMR preview?
It was lovely.
I'm an ASMR artist. Just kidding. I'm not any of those things.
Oh yeah.
All right. Stop tracking. Oh, and you said they're a long distance relationship?
Look at this.
So wait. What? Okay, so hang on. They're in a long distance relationship. She has friends. She said she was going to the store. She stopped at a buddy's house.
We don't know.
Care? I mean,
Exactly. Who knows what the heck's going on? It's weird.
I don't know what you're doing. What's weird is what you're doing right now.
All right, let's get out of this. Okay, here
I want you to be like, oh, like the DVD screensaver where you just bounce around and then we just try to make you hit the corner. Oh, you went away. Oh my god. Is he gonna hit the corner?
I never hit the corner.
But we want you to hit it so bad. We'll watch it for an hour hoping you're going to hit the corner.
Yeah, I never hit the corner.
Oh my God.
Okay, here we go. No!
Ooh, he hits the corner.
That's what
Clint
happens.
hits the corner.
That's what happens when Clint hits the corner.
Ooh, I like being on this side.
I don't like that.
Oh, why not?
Here's a question.
I don't like that.
I don't
Men
like.
cannot be on the side of woman.
That's right. I like it better when you drive. I'm thinking of going back to college, but is an education even worth it? Asking for a friend.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you're going for. If you're just
Exactly.
going for the sake of going, if you're going because you want to say I accomplished something, then go. If you're going for something specific, then go. I'm back in school. Do I like it? No. Do I want to finish my education for a very specific thing? Yes.
Yes, but not everything needs a degree. You don't need to have a degree.
But if I was going back, Clint, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be in school for 4 years, and you're like, cool, Mia, what are you going to school for? And I was like, sociology, English. Maybe someone would be like, do you really want to waste 4 years at your age? Just kidding. Going back for something. What is your goals after school? And I'm like, oh, just to have a degree to say I have it. I don't know. Maybe that's some people's goal. Some people's goal is being like, I wanted to say I got my bachelor's degree and I just want to walk around saying I have that. That's pretty cool. It's a good accomplishment for me. Then sure, go back and do it. But when you're asking questions, is a degree even worth it? What does that mean? Because I kind of need to know what your goals are post school.
It kind of sounds like maybe they're thinking about not going, but they think they're supposed to go to college. And it's weird because we live in an age where you can learn things like, say, you want to be a computer programmer and that's what you want to do. And you can make a fantastic living doing that. You don't have to go to school to do that. You could learn how to do that on the side.
Look, everybody's
got a different path.
Everyone that I know that's in IT that does not have a degree makes more than I'm probably ever gonna make as a just real baseline nurse, which I won't. I will advance my career. That's part of my long-term plan. But just working in like the ER as a nurse, I have like 4 friends that work in IT or something along those lines who make a better salary than I would ever make as like an ER nurse, which is just mind blown. I also want to say, I don't know where this person is from, where this question came from, but the United States of America is a country that makes you feel like you have to go to college and get a degree. There are other countries that don't operate that way. Like, you look at other places where it is like, do you want to go to uni? And it's just like, maybe, maybe not. You know, in Australia, like, a lot of men are tradies, and that's like considered, you know, a career. You are still making money. You are, you know, so it's just interesting. You got to think about where you live too.
Germany's
You know?
interesting. I have friends that live in Germany, and it's like they have programs. They're like, you want to be an electrician? Cool, man. Like they put you in a trade school. It's government does it, gets you done, and
Yeah.
you're an electrician or a plumber or whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
not necessarily something that's a degree oriented thing. Which here electricians make really good money too, and there's a shortage.
so
There's a
much money.
shortage of them.
Plumbers.
Yeah.
Plumbers make really good money too. Phil says, depends on your age and payoff rate of the student loan. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying is, what do you go to school for? What are you going to school for? And you know, are you taking out loans? Is somebody paying for you to go? And what do you really want to do? What is your goal in having a degree? You know, there's certain things you cannot do without a degree. I cannot practice as a registered nurse without a nursing degree. You know, people cannot do certain things without degrees. So it's like, maybe take some time to figure out what you want to do first, but you don't need it necessarily.
That's right. And if you have any curiosities about any certain path, I'm sure there's ways to talk to somebody in a different areas. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be. Do you know of anything like that? To you're like, hey, how do I talk to an electrician to see if I like that job? How do I talk to a programmer?
There's probably workforce programs that are like that, but you could also probably just reach out to people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. That's like it's just like I said. I got a friend who went to dental school to be a dental hygienist and
Oh,
clean,
and she hated it, and
and
she
her
quit,
first
yeah.
day she got somebody with meth mouth, and she was like, I can't handle this job, I'm out, and wasted all of that schooling. You don't want to do that on any level, so there
It's
you go.
insane to me. I can't even imagine,
Yeah,
like, you know,
not just the money but the time put into that,
because I think
um,
about that too. I'm like, even if I work as a nurse in, the ER, the ICU, or even in a hospital setting, there's so many things I could freaking go and do with that degree. It's so versatile. So it's just, I'll be set up with a career for life in so many different areas, or could go to grad school. Or the cool thing about it is I could go to grad school because I'm going to have my bachelor's. I could go to grad school for something that's not nurse related, or I could get a second bachelor's, something not medical related. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you got to kind of know what direction you want to head in. I wouldn't say just get a degree just for the sake of it. So many people I know have, oh, I have a bachelor's in psychology. What do you do with that? I don't know. That's like the
absolutely
joke.
nothing.
It's like it's like the joke. It's like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I work in marketing. What's your job description? And it's kind of like, well, there's never really like a solid answer to that. And it's like, what does your degree have to do with that job? Nothing. They have a degree in communications.
Yeah,
Not to knock people with communications degrees. I'm just saying, like, you're
I
not
have
working in communications.
I communicate I
No, you don't,
communicate
Clint.
quite well.
I communicate.
Well, here's the last question of the night.
I put Phil to sleep with my ASMR.
Your asthma. Yeah, put you to sleep.
I'm an ASMR artist.
Depends on your age and payoff rate. We already read the comment, Clint.
I am not on top of comments, okay?
I know you're doing great.
The comment queen.
If COVID hadn't happened, COVID queen, how would your life be different now? Asking for a friend.
Interesting question. Clint, how would your life be different?
I definitely wouldn't be on YouTube. That was something I figured out while I was sitting around. I was like,
Yeah.
that month, I was like, dude, all of this, all like Ellen, her at-home studio setup looks like trash. I could do better than that. And like
Yeah.
all of them, I was really offended by how bad everybody's broadcasting
Really?
situation was. Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna do something. And then I started live streaming, and then next thing you know, I got better equipment and software and all kinds of stuff. So it kind of snowballed from there. And here I am. I have 15 YouTube channels and 18 shows. It's great.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, I wouldn't be on this show with you probably, but other than that, my life really wouldn't have changed. The only difference is that my school went online versus being in person, but the nursing program I'm going through anyway, they already had online before. So that would have kind of picked up at a certain point for me anyway. The other thing is I used to help catch babies a long time ago. I was studying to be a midwife and I ended up being an assistant midwife. Um, and when the pandemic hit, I reached out to the midwife I used to work for because I figured maybe in those beginning months, women that were gonna deliver in the hospital, maybe they were thinking, no, I want to be at home. I'm scared of being in the hospital because of this virus. So I reached out to her to see if she had an influx of moms, if she was like overwhelmed, because she's one lady. And she was like, yeah, I could actually really use help. So I never pictured myself being back in the birth world. I went into surgery, plastics and reconstructive after I left there, and I that's where my heart lies. And so it's just interesting that I ended up back in the birth world, and coming in May, which is not that long away from now, I'll be back in that for 2 years, which is so crazy. So yeah, that's something that changed for me was uh, being back in that space that I never thought I would find myself back in. But I'm grateful because it's just really freaking cool. It's cool. I don't want to work there lifelong, but to have the amount of years I have in birth
Yeah.
work now is great, and I think it's will help me in the future too. So that's the biggest thing that changed for me.
I think,
And less travel. I haven't left the country in a while, which sucks. But
and maybe Zoom, like your knowledge of Zoom.
oh, I would have never started playing Fortnite.
Oh, there you go.
because I started playing because I was quarantined, because other people were quarantined. We all had an exposure together. I was fine, but I had to test at certain intervals to be able to have my son come back home, and I was stuck at home with his Xbox. So that's how I started playing Fortnite. So without the virus, I would have never been a gamer, and it's I kind of love it, and I also love the connection I formed with my son over it.
Cool.
So there are things that would have not happened, but I don't think my overall life in general would have changed that much.
It's weird. I'm starting to get into a little more voiceover, which is something I used to do more of, and I'm starting to think about the climate of the job, where it's like where there was a lot of situations where I have to go into a studio to
Mhm.
record stuff, and now I have a studio set up that's a little more high tech because I invested more into microphones and better equipment. And I think the norm, though, I think the industry has gotten used to people just working from home, and also with the Zoom technology and things for coaching, to where
Mhm.
I think I'm going to be able to work here and not have to leave the house as much as I used to for that. And like I've put a lot of focus into YouTube and other things that I've been doing for the last year or so, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be spending more time on voiceover work, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm realizing, you know what? They've gotten used to people. Everybody's been working at home, so they're used to, that's what the industry standard is now. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
excited about that because I like the idea of working from here. So that's pretty cool. So we'll
Well,
see how
even
that
like
goes.
yeah, friends in like uh that are like actors and stuff taping. I mean, there were taped auditions and stuff for years and years, for sure, if you didn't live in that city or place. But like now, it's like almost all auditions are taped. I don't know if things are back in person a little bit. I'm not like open to that information quite as much as I was before, but it seems like everything is still being taped. And yeah, so it's just that you just can work remotely. I hope that remote working stays a thing for a lot of people. First of all, how much real estate are we using for office space? For paying for energy and electric, like stuff, we just resources we don't need to be using to fill offices. People are so much more productive at home, maybe having a combination of being at home and in the office. And then also yeah, I don't know.
In
Less
person
cars
audition.
on the road, less gas, less, I don't know, just a lot of things have come that I hope stay. And the one thing I hope stays is curbside to go food for all restaurants. Please, let's keep that a thing. I don't
and,
like getting out of my car to pick up my to go food.
and to go margaritas. You couldn't do that before. Now we have that too. To
We
go drinks.
do. Hmm.
To go drinks and in person auditions for TV shows and things are weird. Anyway, I like
Yeah. Well, they can be really awkward. Yeah, they could be awkward for sure.
totes Akko. Yeah, very Akko.
So Akko.
Yeah. Guys, if anybody out there is having a hard time, we got the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Give them a call if you're having a tough time, and there's people out there that are there to help you. And holy smokes, well, we got through all of the questions, and we're at we're at an hour and 20 minutes. Holy cow, what a crazy long fun episode. Guys, like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, all that good stuff. Tell your friends about us, and we're back almost every Thursday. So if you got any questions,
Almost every Thursday.
almost every
Every
Thursday.
Thursday adjacent to the next Thursday.
Thursday-ish. And hit us up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter on the OG Clint Baker, and you can get to us on our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page. You can message us if you have any questions that you want on the show. Let us know. We'll throw them up here if
And
they're
pay
if they're
attention to
appropriate.
Twitch, because I may be doing more Twitch things if I'm about to find myself having a little free time, so
Yeah.
I might be doing some other stuff.
There's the Twitch right there.
Yeah.
Twitch right here.
All right, you guys, I love everybody. There's so much love that I have for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I think they all love you too, Mia. Everybody loves Mia.
I hope so.
It's a sitcom. Guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. And what's the most important thing in having a happy relationship, Mia?
Communication.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Ow!